All right, all right. Welcome, welcome for Family Moment. I want to welcome all of us, wherever you're joining from. We are happy that, again, we are back every Monday. We meet together here, sharing the revelation of the Word of God in line with marriage, in line with relationship, in line with dating. And I believe that today, as you have just joined, your life will never remain the same. I want to welcome you. I am excited that you have joined. Now I just wanted to take time and join with someone else by sharing that link. Let someone get to know that we are live. Let someone get to know that Pastor Daniel is live. Yes, I want to welcome you. Let someone get to know, share that link in case it is your first time to be live with us, to watch with us. I want you to subscribe. Yes, in this platform, in this YouTube channel, more especially on Monday at this time. It depends on what part of the world you're watching from. At this particular time, 6 p.m. East African time, we always meet to share the Word of God and to share facts concerning dating, concerning relationship, concerning marriage. Yes, concerning those pressing issues that you feel like, I wish there was someone for you to ask. That's why we are here. So I want to welcome you. Feel at home. Feel relaxed. Today is another opportunity for you to learn something. I'm happy. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who you are watching with. And I'll be very, very, very glad. Thank you so very much. Those who are in the studio here and those who are watching. I know, and then those who are going to watch afterward. We know you are going to watch. So we are grateful that you are watching. Glory to God. All right. Few weeks ago, we have started this conversation concerning temperament. Temperament is a basic template by which God has created you. Okay? The way God has designed you, the way you behave, the way you talk, the way you interact with people, the way you take yourself. That is temperament. Temperament is totally different from character. Character is determined by a lot of factors. For example, your character, the way you behave, is shaped by how you are raised. You know, when you are raised in a military background, there's the way you are going to behave. Yes. When you are raised in a Christian family, there's the way you are going to behave. When you are raised in a landing site, there's the way you are going to behave. Yes. So our character is shaped by maybe the school we go to, the church we go to, the environment we grew up in is what determines our character. But temperament is like a template that God has created you with. You inherit from your dad or from your mom or from your granddad or from your grandmom. Yes. In case you are watching for the first time, we have different temperament, at least 4 basic temperament that we have already talked about. And I would love you to go back to our previous video on a Monday, Family Moment. We talk about choleric, what it means to have a choleric husband, a choleric wife. You know, we talk about their weakness, we talk about their strength. You know, choleric are these people who are so ambitious. They are strong leaders. They are so courageous. They move on whether people are there or not. You know, they are always go-getter. You know someone who is a go-getter? That's a choleric. Yeah, but also they have some weakness, like they are so short-tempered. You know, they easily get annoyed. They easily go off sometime. So we talked about choleric, and in case you have not watched that video, you can go back to our previous videos and watch it. We talk about melancholic. These are guys who are so neat, so detailed, all right? They don't make many friends, but the few friends they have, they keep them, you know. There are some kind of people, when you go to their house, their room is always more organized. You remember those guys at school that, you know, they like dressing their bed. They're always neat. They're always detailed. They want to get to know everything about everything. You don't just tell them things in summary, no? You have to tell them the details of everything. Now that's a melancholic for you. Yeah. They are so faithful, they are so consistent, but they are like kind of introvert. They don't expose themselves to very many people, but the few people they have, they keep their word. They are very faithful. They also have their weaknesses, and then we talked about what else? Choleric, melancholic, sanguine. How can I even? Sanguine are these guys who are, they're outgoers. People who like, they're ever happy, they talk. Have you ever met a friend who talk, or you have been with someone, when they start talking, they cannot stop? This kind of people who, anywhere they go, everybody become their friend. Yeah, they are so friendly. They are so social. They are mostly the social workers. They know how to talk. Someone goes to the new place and everybody become their friend, But their friendships are always not serious. Everybody seems to be their friend. And for them, they don't have a best friend. Sanguines don't have the best friends. Everyone is their friend and they take everyone the same. They easily go out. They like parties a lot. They like show off. Most time they are just happy. Yeah, most of their challenges are exaggeration. When a sanguine is talking and they say there were like 50 people, just know there were like around 30 people. Because they easily exaggerate. Because they want to please people, so they end up speaking something that they will do everything to make sure you're happy. And that's also their limitation, their weakness. So every temperament has their strength and their weaknesses. So one of the things why I'm sharing this is because most time in relationship or in marriage, everyone is trying hard to make sure that his partner or her partner understand him. But I believe that the best way to enjoy your relationship or your marriage is for you to understand the other person, for you to understand your girlfriend, for you to understand your boyfriend, for you to understand your wife, for you to understand your husband. That's where the win comes from. You win from the beginning because you know. I remember I had a friend. I was chatting with her. They were dating. They're already married now. And I had a chat with her for some time. And I asked her some question. And then the way she answered me, she was like, I know him. Actually, I got to learn that this lady have understood the fiancé to the extent that, she is not surprised. She will never be surprised by certain things. That's a good thing of understanding someone. So your main goal in relationship is actually to understand your partner, to understand your wife, to understand your husband. Don't try to make your husband understand you. Don't try to make your wife understand you. You be the one to understand him or be the one to understand her. When you do that, you realize that you will not have issues. Understand the way they behave. Is he a sanguine? Is he a melancholic? Is he a choleric? Is he a phlegmatic? That's why we are talking about this temperament. For you to understand, because this is how someone is. Yes, we can, because we are Christian, we are new creation. We can change, we can learn. But there's a basic template. There's a basic template God has created everyone. And God has created us differently just to bring varieties. It's just like, assuming everyone was tall, assuming everyone was short, assuming everyone was dark skinned, assuming everyone was light skinned, assuming the whole world was like Asians, there was not going to be a sense of beauty. Just like assuming all the flowers in the world was one color. You just try to imagine a world with one color of flowers. It was not going to be a nice environment. The environment is nice when there are different flowers. Yeah. So that's also the meaning of temperament. Like temperament is a way God has created variety. There are guys who are too fast. There are guys who are too slow. There are guys who think before they talk. There are guys who talk, then they think afterward. Have you ever seen those ones? You know, in the Bible, we have one example, Peter. Peter always talk and think afterward. What have I just said? And in most cases, sometimes he says, whatever he says is right. There are guys who are calculative. They calculate everything. If I do this, what if this happen? You know? There are those who say, well, let's do it and see what will happen afterward. Hope you have understood. Hope you have experienced such people. Yes. Have you experienced such people? Yes. So these are the varieties we are talking about. And these varieties come because of temperament. Temperament. So when you understand temperament very well, your relationship with people will be very easy. Maybe your boss is too fast. Maybe your boss is a choleric. All right? Maybe your boss gets annoyed very fast. You don't come to, but this man also. Maybe your husband is very slow. Okay? That's how God has created him. So instead of you changing him, okay, the best thing to do is to first adapt to his way of life, and then afterward you can see how to, complement. Yes. Because there are some people, making a decision is one of the hardest things. They easily flow with a decision which is made, but they don't make decisions. Okay, they hardly make. If they are to make, they take a lot of time to make decisions. Those are melancholics. They want to be sure before they do anything. You understand? So when you are married to such a person, or when you are relating with such a person, you shouldn't be pissed off because they are going to bring a conversation and say, let's do this. And they say, let me think about it. When he's born again, he say, let me pray about it. You will wait for 1 month. He's still praying about it. Why? He's thinking. And that's how God has created that person. So instead of you say, but you are very slow, I don't like working with slow people. No. You just need to understand this one, my wife or my husband is a melancholic. He's a detailed person. So such people, you don't just go with your report and say, this, and then you summarize. No, they don't need summary. They need the detail. Hallelujah. Are you learning something? Now, when you understand such dynamics in relationship, one, you're not going to quarrel. Two, you will not be disappointed. When a sanguine is talking to you and he exaggerates things, okay? All right? He exaggerates, maybe he went for a party and there are like maybe 100 people. He will come and say, wow, it was a very good party. It was a very good party. And over 700 people came. But not that they plan to lie. No, it's something just that comes. Yeah, I have one of my friend who is a sanguine. And one of his major challenge is lying. And one day I talked to him, I'm like, but why do you lie? Why do you lie so much? Like I squeeze him in a corner and I ask him, why do you always tell things that are not real? And then he told me that, you know what? Most time I want to impress people. So by impressing people, I end up telling lies. Yeah, this is a person when one day I was with him. Yeah, he's my friend. I was with him. Someone called him and he told the person, I am on my way coming. I am on my way coming. But I was with him. Then when he left the phone, then I asked him, are you on your way going? And then he laughed. Yeah. I said, no, I don't want to disappoint him. I don't want to disappoint him. Yeah. Now, that is one of their weaknesses. Sanguines are like that. But they are very, very good people. So, we started by saying, there is no good temperament. There is no bad temperament. Every temperament is good. Only that every temperament has their strength and has their weaknesses. Yes. So, you need to master your temperament first. Get to know your temperament. I believe in the next session, probably I'm going to help you go through temperament test. And then you first learn your strength. And based on your strength. And then when you focus on your strength, weaknesses will not be the main thing. Okay? So don't also allow someone to say, for you a choleric, you're always like that. For you a sanguine, you're always like that. For you a melancholic, you're always like that. For you a phlegmatic, I know how phlegmatic behave. No. Why we are learning all this temperament is simply for us to relate well with people without, over knocking the heads, over disagreeing. And then also, if you're a team leader, it will also help you, it will help you to know how to position people, to know how to give people assignment and responsibility. Yes, it will help you a lot. It will help you big style to do that. Yeah. So today we are going to be talking more about phlegmatic. Wow, phlegmatic. What it means to have a phlegmatic person, phlegmatic husband, a phlegmatic wife. Who are the phlegmatics? Phlegmatic are these people, this group of people. They are always very calm. Okay, they are very, very calm. Yes, they are not moved by any situation, no matter what. Yeah, that's one of their strengths. They are not moved. You cannot come with your urgent breaking news and tell a phlegmatic and it will shake. No. If he has the money, he's cool. Even if he doesn't have the money, it's still okay. Yeah, that's a phlegmatic, a calm person. He feels much more emotion than appear on the surface. According to their appearance, they might appear like they are not concerned, but they're emotional attached, but from inside. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's a phlegmatic person. They are cool. They are calm. Yes. They don't lack friends. They have very many friends. Yeah. They like making people laugh, and themselves, they don't laugh easily. I don't know whether you have ever encountered such people. There are people that when they talk, people will laugh. And for them, they pretend like they have, they have not said anything. Most of them are like comedians, comedians. A comedian will make you laugh until you shed tears. But for him, he's not laughing. Yeah, that's one of the natural strengths God has given a phlegmatic. Phlegmatic can make crowd laugh, but for them, they will not move. Yes. They can easily remember things. Their memories are very sharp. Yeah, but they would behave like they don't know things. But they know a lot of things. Yes. Phlegmatics always, they are afraid of showing off that they know. Okay? Even if they know something, they are okay not taking the lead. Yeah, somehow like melancholics. They are okay not taking the lead even if they know. They always say, it's okay. You take the lead. Yeah. But one of the things that they like most is a phlegmatic person like routine. Okay? When you tell them that be here by 8 p.m., yeah, that's their routine. They won't change anything. They won't be there to change anything. They are just there. Yeah. They are not motivated easily. Yes. There are people who like enjoying their life. They don't like pressure. They don't like stress. They are not so much ambitious. Yeah. They are okay living a moderate life. That's a phlegmatic person. They are very, very okay living, a moderate life. And when something is going on, they like watching things happening. Yeah. And most of them like watching televisions and movies. They like it a lot. They like things that do not disturb their mind. Yes. As I'm talking, I hope you're relating with someone. Some people in the studio here are laughing at me. Yes. They don't like things that disturb their mind. When you tell them A, make sure it is A. And when you tell them to do something, they will love to take their time to do it. Don't put them on pressure. They might produce results, but not under pressure. Yeah. Not under pressure. There are people, when you put them under pressure, you will lose them. And that's how God has created them. Not that they, sometimes, you might think that they are big-headed, but they are not. They are very loyal, but from inside out. Not outside in. From inside, they will do it, but at their face. Yes. So, but another good thing I like about phlegmatics, they are peacemakers. They don't like wrangle. They don't like quarreling. They will choose the side of peace very fast. If there's a disagreement between the two, they will look for, okay, what should I do now? You want me to say sorry? I'm sorry. And that's over. Whereas for a choleric, will first want to prove a point and say, no, it is not me. Like man say, no, it's okay. It's okay. So, they are peacemaker. Yes. They will not volunteer in leadership. They will accept to be led because they feel leadership is too challenging. When you tell them to lead, it's like you have put them on a frying pan. They feel like they are so much on pressure. That's their natural tendency. Okay? Yes. So that is the strength of a phlegmatic, I would say, husband. Even struck a wife. They're almost the same. Or a phlegmatic person. I would say generally, one thing I like about phlegmatic is peacemaking. When you marry a phlegmatic, you will only quarrel when you are the one who have started the quarreling. Yeah. You will only disagree when you are the one who have started. But for them, no, they won't shout on you. They won't shout on you. When you ask them, why have you not done this? I will do it. I will do it. Take your time. I will do it. I will do it. Whereas for you, you say, but do it now. You say you are going to do it. Do it now. Yes. So that's one of their major strengths. And then what about the shortcoming? I would say the weakness. If someone is a phlegmatic, they lack self-drive. They cannot do something by themselves. They will love someone to give them motivation. They will love someone to push them a little. Okay? Because they like soft life, most of them tend to enjoy leisure more. You find they can spend a whole day with their phone, and it is okay. If something has not been done, it will be done tomorrow, no problem. And they mean it. For them, they don't live the life of urgency. No. Now, that's their kind of weakness. They lack self-drive. They rarely initiate an activity and usually give excuse, in order to avoid getting involved in the activities. They don't start any activity, but when you give them assignment to do, if you don't drive them, because they lack self-drive, they'll always come with excuse. So which means a phlegmatic person will need someone to always, inspire them or drive them or, in a good way. Because that's one of their weaknesses that they struggle with a lot. They don't openly confront the people, okay? They can disagree with you, but they will never say no openly. Yeah, they don't confront. They can say yes, but in their heart they have said no. I don't know, you know this kind of people, when you talk to them, they'll accept everything. Then when they go back, they'll do what they wanted to do. Yeah, you talk. Because they don't want to cause problem, they'll say yes, yes sir, yes sir. Okay, I've understood. It's okay. Is it over, sir? It's over. Then he will go back and do what he wants to do. Yeah. One of their challenges, and they have let me call it self-righteousness. They believe what they know is the right thing. No matter what you tell them, what they know is the right thing. That's a weakness they have. So if you want them to change what they know, you need to come from another angle. But if you just come and hit them and say, this is not right, oh yeah, you're going to waste your time. You will talk. When you finish talking, he will go back and do what he believes is right. Yeah. So that's one of the weakness of, a phlegmatic man. Yes. In marriage, it becomes very easy for a phlegmatic to give up all decision making. Yes. When you're married to a phlegmatic, don't think they will wake up and say, we are going to buy a land. No. We are going to do this. No. When they just get a safe landing, they will be there for life. So they need someone to pull and say, no, let's leave. Let's go here. Yeah. They easily settle. Yeah. And in their finances, always, they are always unmotivated to make big money. Other psychologists says phlegmatic, most of them are most likely not to be so rich. Why? Because they are not so much moved. They are not motivated to make a lot of money. Yeah. They don't get so much involved in business. Yeah. Phlegmatic, they don't like business. They don't like risky things. Yeah, because it kind of disturbs their peace. Yeah. So, when you're married to a phlegmatic, or when your wife is a phlegmatic, and you don't hear them speak of big things, oh, we are going to go to Dubai, what for them say, it's okay. When God allows, we will go. Yeah. It's not like every time you should say it. When time comes, we will go. But they don't have that drive. Yeah. And that's why psychologists say most of them stay for a very long time. Yeah. That's another good thing, right? Because since they don't have the pressure, they stay for a very long time. Most of them grow old. Most of them don't have these issues like high blood pressure, like ulcers, what they don't have. Why? They like enjoying their life. If time for eating food, they will eat. Time for sleeping, they will sleep. So when you're phlegmatic, you must thank God, because you are most likely not to have these issues of diabetes or ulcers, you know. But if you're choleric, you need to pray hard, because you will always be on pressure. Because of that, you'll develop certain complication. Phlegmatic always flow with whatever is given to him. Yeah, they flow. They are flow people. They flow. They are okay with whatever is moving on. Yeah. So those are some of the I would say the weakness, or sometimes you can even turn it into strength. Communication and friendship is likely to communicate the right thing. Example, he might speak a right thing, but in a diplomatic way. Yeah. For example, okay, I love that speech because sometimes it sounds like it's a faith speech. Yeah. Because they don't want to, since they love peace, they also don't want to cause problem to other people. So they will communicate in a more diplomatic way. When the money is not there, they won't say there's no money. They say, no. The money will come. Yeah. The money will come. Yeah. And they are okay. A phlegmatic man, if you marry a phlegmatic man or a phlegmatic husband, they are most likely not to go out. Outing. Oh, a sanguine person will have to go out every weekend. Yeah, we go out. Yeah, we go for pork. We go for this and that. We go for ice cream. A phlegmatic person will see it as a waste of money. Yeah. He said, he will always say that, oh, why should I go out? When I leave from my house, and I go out of my house, it's already out. Why should I go out? So that's a phlegmatic person. So this makes their life not to really, to be in tension. Yes. When talk about spirituality, he's always unmotivated. Yeah, he's laid back and without drive. Yeah, he's not one of the person who is going to start something new. No? Phlegmatic they don't start something new. They want to know what is there and let's flow with it. Yeah. So that makes them to be also good people. Remember, I told you that every temperament has their strength and has their weaknesses. Okay? So you can choose, which one. But as I'm talking, you try to imagine who is the person. Yeah, who in my life is a phlegmatic. Okay? when it comes to commitment, he may have several loyalties, yet nicely and diplomatically balance all of them. Yeah. Because they don't want to break people's heart, or they don't want to, to say no easily. They are committed to very many things. Not like the melancholic that when they are committed to something, that's the only thing they will do. Yeah, when they said, I'm going to do this, they'll do that. Phlegmatic has that strength of balancing a lot of commitment, and they will produce results, but not on time. Yeah. If a phlegmatic is a man, they find it very, very hard to propose. They may propose easily. That's if a phlegmatic is a man. Yeah. When it's a woman, they can take long to say yes. Not because they don't like you, but just they are not in a hurry for anything. Yeah. They're just there. They're just there. But if it's a man, they are not going to propose easily. They'll just be there taking time. Have you ever seen, when you're a lady, have you seen a brother who always rotates around you, but you know the brother wants to say something, but the brother just cannot say a word. So the sister will start asking, what is it all about? I hope you're connecting such people as I'm talking. Yeah, they find it, because they find, oh, now when I propose, what if he say no? I mean, what if, I don't want problem. I don't want my heart to be broken, Yeah. And in headship, in leadership, they always don't want to take the lead. They leave it to the choleric. Yeah. They see leadership as more problem. Yeah. When they say, you are going to lead this, yes. And they refuse to take decision in most cases. Yes, some of them can be very stingy, stubborn, selfish, in a diplomatic way. Yeah. Stingy, stubborn, selfish, but in a diplomatic way. So he will not just say no. He will just play with your mind shortly. Before you realize it, he has actually not given you what you want. But one thing I like about the phlegmatic is the diplomatic way of handling things. Yeah. They handle things in a more diplomatic way. Yeah. They are cool. They are very calm. One of their weaknesses is they like sleeping a lot. Yeah. A phlegmatic will sleep in office. Yeah. When he sits, sleep just come. Have you ever seen people who easily sleep? Yeah. In the morning, after leaving bed, they are sleeping. You ask, you had an overnight or what? No. Sleep just come. Yeah. So when you see someone oversleeping or you oversleep, it's a phlegmatic. And so now you shouldn't use that to pin them down. Yeah? You should see how to help them. How to help them come out of that. Yeah. But even at church, when the service is long, they will say, even if it's not long, they just doze. Yeah. If you're among the people I'm talking about, you know yourself. Yeah, that sleep just come. From nowhere, sleep has come. Yeah, you can imagine that. So it is kind of in a DNA that, sleep just come. Yeah. So that's the weakness of a phlegmatic man. So when you are dating a guy who is a phlegmatic, there are things you should not be surprised about. Yeah. Just know they don't have too much self-drive. So don't be there trying to pull them and say, we must do this. You are not going to enjoy your marriage. Yes. And in most cases, phlegmatics, they don't marry one another. Phlegmatic will always marry a melancholic or will marry a choleric. Yeah. When a man is a choleric, a lady can be a phlegmatic. When a man is a phlegmatic, a lady can be a melancholic or a choleric. Now, that balance is how God has created it. So, but generally, if you want to be so successful in relationship, one, knowing the temperament of your partner plays a lot of role in your success. And I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, whether you're born again, whether you are not born again, knowing the temperament of your partner, knowing the temperament of your husband knowing the temperament of your wife, knowing how they behave naturally. Okay? And then it will also help you to overcome the challenges when their weaknesses appear. Yeah. For example, when your husband is a choleric, or when your husband is a phlegmatic, and you know it's a phlegmatic. Now, you already know that one of the weaknesses of a phlegmatic is they are not self-driven, which means you are supposed to, remind them, drive them. If you're a wife, you need to be very, very sensitive. How do you balance driving your wife, your husband with a phlegmatic, at the same time submitting to him? But if you don't know, you're going to say, my husband is like this. Other men are doing this. I don't see you doing this. No, he's not other men. He is your husband. He's totally different from the other person. Yeah. So this will help you a lot. A lot. There are people, they are not moved. They are not motivated. That's how they are. When a phlegmatic gets a job, he can stay in one job for 40 years. Why should I get another job? Yeah. More money? Not really. This money is enough for me. And by that, they live a very peaceful life. Very, very, very peaceful life. Yeah. They are more conscious of job security than making progress. Yeah. Is that job as a security than making progress? But all in all these temperaments, the template that God has created us, one, when we give our life to Christ, you can improve on one. You can work on the weakness, and you can measure on your strength. Okay? Just like every temperament has their strength. I would love to, advise people who are in relationship, those who are in marriage. You're already married, or you are dating someone, or you're on your way, you want to date someone. When you enter into somebody's life, try to identify their strength and motivate them in the area of their strength. Try to identify the strength of the person and motivate them. Yeah. Be the pillar which your husband will stand on. Be the pillar which your wife will stand on. Don't be the one who is always pulling them down, showing them only their weaknesses. I went for a leadership meeting somewhere, and the man of God said something very powerful. He said that if you are under someone, celebrate their strength, pray for their weakness. Pray for their weakness. Yeah, because it will manifest. I think it's only God who doesn't have shortcoming or weaknesses. But human beings, you will experience one. Yeah, you will experience one. So when you start living your life with someone, the first things to do is identify what they can do and inspire them to do that. Inspire them to do that. For example, when you get married to a phlegmatic, you are very sure you will never fight in your marriage. You can only fight when you are really the one who have pulled them to the wall. You will just hear people talking about fighting. You will say, what's the problem with them? Very peaceful. They are very peaceful. Whereas, you must say, my husband is so slow, my wife is so slow. Go and try marrying a choleric. My God, fire out the mountain every time. So all of them have their own strength and weakness. Yes, the man might be so ambitious, doing business, doing this, but do you know the fire in the house? Yeah. So one, first appreciate who God has given you. Appreciate your temperament. Appreciate who you are first. And then even you yourself, after learning that I am a phlegmatic, I am a choleric, I am a melancholic, focus more on your strength. Build your strength more. When your weakness is appearing, God will always send someone to complement you. Yeah. That's why when people are entering into relationship, I always tell them, look, on top of spirituality, also get to know somebody's temperament. is very, very important. Yeah, because you're supposed to compliment someone. You're supposed to compliment someone. My wife, the things my wife is good at, I am not. I am not good at that. She's good at certain things that, and then there are things I am good at that she's not. So at home we know when it comes to management, when it comes to details, when it comes to, all the details of the things, she handles it. When it comes to decision making, me, I'll just wake up and say, we are doing this. I remember when we were starting the church, all right, we had just gotten married, actually, I think 4 years ago. And she had gone to Karamoja. She had gone to Karamoja in the northern, extreme north, to do some work. She left home. We never had a plan of starting a church at all. So, when she was there, one day, of course I was praying about it. The Lord spoke to me about the ministry. I went and shared with my pastor. And my pastor gave me some time to pray about it. And then we prayed about it. Then he came and told me, oh, there's a confirmation. Go ahead. I just picked a phone and called her. Said, on Sunday we are starting. Hey, we are starting what? We are starting. Where is the money? Where are the people? But we are starting. That is all. So she came back. I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks afterwards, she left me as a brother. She came in phone. I'm a pastor. Yes. Now, not everybody can do such decision. The people are going to say, how will you start? Where is the money? What if it doesn't work? Are you getting the point? Yeah. So, and it is also good because in most cases, you start at once like that without calculating risk, that it might not work. So you'll find everybody has their strength and their weakness. So in your relationship, try to build your partner strength instead of focusing on their weakness and trying to pin them down. And then there's something I wanted also to share today. Don't try to look for a good person. You be a good person you are looking for. Yeah. In most cases, people are there single say, I'm looking for a good man. I'm looking for a good man. I'm looking for a good man. You be the good lady that can attract a good man. Because likes attract likes. So don't try to look for a good person. Be a good person. When you're a good person, right people will come. Yeah. You first be the person you are looking for. For example, you say, I want to get married to a guy who is having a car, who is having a house, who is having money. So what you're going to do, work hard and have a car, have a house, and have money. You first work hard and have those. Then the guy who have a car and money and all those things will come. Yes, you can meet at the parking lot. That's how it works. But you don't have a car. You don't have money. You're looking for someone who have money. No, it doesn't work like that. So I would give an advice to someone who is, you want to enter a relationship. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. That's number one. Because if you don't focus on yourself, you will think others are bad, you are right. Yeah. Yeah, you will think others are bad, you are right. Don't look for a good wife, be a good husband. Yeah. Be a good person, then a good person will come. It will come. For example, if while you are dating, you like cheating. I'm just giving an example. You like cheating. Do you know you are sowing a seed of cheating in your marriage? So even if your wife was a good person, because you have planted that seed of cheating, automatically she will start doing it. She will start doing it. Now, if you like arguing and quarreling every time, that is a seed you have planted. So whatever you don't want to see in your relationship, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. If you start keeping your money aside and you don't want your partner or your husband or your wife to know it, so which means you have planted that seed in her life or in his life. Are you getting the point? So life is just about seed time and harvest time. Seed time and harvest time. The Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse number 28. I want to read it here, then we are going to conclude. Genesis chapter 8 and verse number 28. Okay. What does the Bible say? It said, while the earth remain, seed time and harvest time, cold and heat, winter and summer will not cease, while the earth remain. So which means it is a law. It's a law. So you plant a seed of faithfulness, you will have the harvest of faithfulness. You plant a seed of unfaithfulness, you will have the harvest of unfaithfulness. So get to know your partner well. Be the one to study him. Don't be the one to say, I want someone who understands me. I'm looking for someone who understands me. Yeah. People like saying that. I'm looking for a guy who can understand me. I'm looking for a lady who can understand me. No. You be the one to understand. Then when you understand, someone will also understand. Am I communicating? Yes. Are you being blessed? While you are listening, you can just type what you are learning. You can just type what you are learning. Because as I said before, when you fail in relationship, many things in your life will not work out. I'm not saying all things, because there are people who fail and they are doing well. Why? Because God has created us in a way where we are emotionally attached. We're emotionally attached. Have you ever wondered why people who are married, some of them are praying to get out of marriage? They're just there. You hear someone quarreling and say, for me, I'm just here because of my children. Why? Because they entered marriage with a wrong perspective. And then at the same time, guys who are single, ladies, gentlemen, they are working toward, I want to get married. Next year, I must get married. Then you ask yourself, others are running towards something, others are running away from something. What is it? What's the problem? It is very simple. That's how God has created us. We are emotionally attached. God himself said, it is not good for the man to be alone. Yeah. It is not good. Yeah. The only thing the Bible says it is not good, that came first in the book of Genesis, was for a man to be alone. Which means you have to master how to relate with people, how to relate with someone, how to stay with someone. You cannot relate with someone until you have learned the way they behave. As I conclude, I want to read for you this scripture. I call it the binding factor in relationship and marriage. John chapter 4. 1 John chapter 4 from verse number 7. 1 John chapter 4 from verse number 7. 1 John chapter 4 from verse 7. The Bible says, beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God, and God knows him. Amen. He said, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Everyone who loves. Verse number 8. He who does not love, or he who does not love, does not know God. For God is love. He said, in this, the love of God was manifested towards us, that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him. Verse number 10. In this is love. In this is love. Not that we love God, but he loved us and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sin. You understand what I'm saying? So, the Bible is telling us that God is love. So, marriage, there are two things. It can be marriage, it can be relationship, it can be marriage, relationship, or dating, or whatever. It must be built on the love of God. Agape love. Listen, everybody listen. Give me your attention. If you are looking for someone to love you, you might never get the person. Okay? The love that makes marriage work is unconditional love. The love that is not tied on anything. Okay? You shouldn't wait for someone to do something good, then you love them. Now, if that is if you have that eros, the one that comes because of feeling, I've seen this lady, she's so beautiful, I feel like I want to be with her. That one is like, like hunger. You can feel hungry now, you eat, you forget, not so? Are you getting what I'm saying? That's exactly with eros. The feelings come now and disappear. Tomorrow it will come again. And then the next time it will come again. So that one doesn't sustain marriage. What sustains marriage or relationship is this agape, unconditional. And how do you know the unconditional love? The agape love seeks to give first before he receives. Seeks to give. You always look out for, what can I do for my partner? What can I do for my wife? What can I do for my husband? That's agape love. All right? This other kind of love is, she's the one to do for me this. She must kneel down before me. She must wash for me clothes. She must do this. He must buy for me flowers. To show that he loves me, he must buy for me flowers. He must take me out. Yes. He must put me on his status to prove that he loves me. All those cannot sustain. They will get dry. Yeah. The one that I am sure about that can sustain you. One, remove your mind from him doing for you something. Remove your mind from her doing for you something. And look for, what can I do for him? What can I do for her? So look for the person you're going to add value in their life. And I want to encourage most ladies who are listening to me right now, that if you want your relationship to work out, don't be on the receiving side only. Okay? Don't be in a way where you enter a relationship with this guy and all your problem you put in the head of the man. I mean, you become more of a burden than a blessing. Yeah, that's for, because maybe your culture, that's what you are taught. But the way of love, biblically, is you seek for what to give, not what to receive. So, which means you won't reach a moment where you are complaining. You're complaining about what? Yeah. You shouldn't expect anything from him or from her, but you must always be giving. Because God is love, and he gave first. The Bible says he loved us first before we love him. So be the one to love. Be the one to love unconditionally. You shouldn't be on the other side where I will only do that only when she does this to me. Yeah, I'm waiting. If she doesn't call me in the morning, it means she doesn't love me. You be the one to call. You be the one to call. Be the one to start the conversation. Be the one to say sorry first. Like, be the one to do what you want someone else to do for you. You do it. Pastor, what if I've done it many times, and look like she's not doing it back, or he is not doing it back? What can I do? Yes, that's why you are in a relationship. You will realize that maybe I'm dating someone who is more parasitic. And you can pause. You can pause. But generally, don't look for what to get in relationship. Look for what to offer. Look for what to give. So when you're entering in relationship, maybe you want someone, you want to date someone, or you say, I want to get married, ask yourself, what, apart from producing children, for God's sake, that one comes naturally. God is one who have created. Apart from producing children, what more am I going to add in this person's life? And be specific and be intentional. For example, when you get married to someone, someone must be better physically, financially, spiritually after marrying them. There are people when they enter a relationship, even their zeal for the Lord dies. It means that's not a healthy relationship at all. You would see. There are people when they come into your life, everything else dies. Are you getting the point? So, be love-driven, unconditional. And then, work towards becoming a wife. If you are a lady, work towards becoming a man if you are a boy. All right? The Bible talks of he who finds a wife. Now, we have very many women, but we have very few wives. Wife materials. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, there are very many women, but a wife is somebody you become, and the attribute of a wife. For example, if you cannot submit, you can't allow to be led, you are not a wife material. If you cannot love unconditionally, you are not, a man's material. You are not a husband's material. Because the Bible tells us that a husband should love. You don't love your wife because of some things you have done for you. You love them the way God has loved us. So you struggle with that. I always tell people, in your relationship, all right, if every time, someone is arguing, someone is quarreling, someone is arguing, that's exactly how you're going to live in marriage. That's why I always advise young people, don't get married too fast without relating to know the reality of the person. At least you will know and ask yourself, is it okay? I can manage this or I cannot. Yeah, relationship is very important. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. If you're single, take your time. When someone is always quarreling, that's exactly how you're going to live in marriage. When someone is always complaining, that's exactly how you're going to live in marriage. Yeah. So, be the one who is loving. Be the one who is offering what you want someone else to do for you. Yeah. And learn your partner. Learn your husband. Learn your fiancé. And make someone a better person. Make the person a better person. Believe that you will add value to the person. Try to add value to the person so that your relationship will be stronger, will be better. I believe that you have been blessed. I believe that the Lord has blessed you. Yeah, the Lord has talked to you. And I strongly believe that if you're about to make a decision to marry, or you're about to make a decision for someone to take you, someone has proposed to you, listen to this series of temperaments, get to know the temperament of the person you're relating with, and before you know it, you are building a foundation. Finally, as I finish, I see my time is well spent. As I finish, when it comes to the matter of marriage, there is one advice I want to give you for free. What is that advice? Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Life is not running anywhere. Yes, life is not running anywhere. I was reading this scripture, this chapter, Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. The Lord just opened my eyes to see that God created Adam, and Adam took some time doing the work. He was busy doing the work. And then Eve came afterward. So this is for the gentlemen. Instead of trying to get married or trying to get a guy, a lady, the best thing is work hard to get something to do so that when a lady is coming in your life, she comes and finds your path is clear. You are actually busy doing something. Because Eve came in the life of Adam when Adam was naming the animals. Hope you have gotten that point. That's an advice. It's a brotherly advice, a pastoral advice, that you be doing something. A woman will find you there. Yeah, you just be busy doing something. Don't look for a woman. The woman will find you there. Rebecca came and found Isaac was meditating. He was busy doing something. Yeah. It becomes so nice when you get married while you are busy. While you're just committed, you're focused, you know something. You won't even have time to quarrel. You know why there's a lot of quarreling sometimes in a relationship? The minds are redundant. You can easily identify the mistake of your friend because you are not busy. So, first, get busy. Get busy. Work, get busy to the extent you are consumed by your work. And then your work will attract people to you, will attract either a man or a woman. I believe you have been blessed. If it's your first time to share this, to watch this, share with someone. Let us know. Next Monday, I will be talking majorly about communication. How to have a good communication in relationship and in marriage. Come with someone, and even this video, share it with someone, encourage someone to watch it. I pray that God will give you a successful marriage. In case you are not yet married, a right person is coming at the right time. If you are already married, and maybe your marriage is not well, after watching this, I pray that you will have peace in your marriage. Yes. And if you are single, you are not yet thinking about marriage, I believe that God is going to open your eyes to see a right person, and you will not make a mistake in marrying someone who you are not meant to marry. God bless you. See you next time. Shalom.